Okay, folks, today I'm going to give you my take on the Robinhood mobile app. Let's get into it. Hey, folks, thank you so much for stopping by. Now, before I get into the Robinhood app, if you make it to the end of this video and you feel that you like this content, I would greatly appreciate a like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. All right, let's get started. Okay, folks, today I'm going to be talking about the Robinhood mobile app, and I'm going to give you my honest take on this app. So let's get started. I've got the app on my screen here, and this is the homepage that you see when you log in. So, starting from the top, they have your net liquidating value if you liquidated everything you had in your account. This chart here is actually your P&L chart, so you can switch between your daily P&L, weekly, all the way up to all time. Don't take mine too seriously. I really just own one share, and that's of TROX. And I actually got that through a really cool promotion they have that I'll talk about in a sec. So this next tab here, this is really just kind of a news tab, and I think they put some ads on there sometimes. So I don't typically look at that too much. The next section here where it says stocks, this is where it shows all the stocks you own. Pretty straightforward. And then watch list. Yeah, this is just your standard watch list. I have the main indexes and some other big stocks like Amazon, Apple. Yeah, and that's really it for the homepage for this. Now, I did want to touch on that promotion that I mentioned, okay? If you see up here, it says free stocks. If you click that, what you can do is you can invite friends. And if you get a friend to join, Robinhood will give you one free stock. And the value of it can be a pretty big range. I think there is a limit to it somewhere. Like, I'm not sure if they'll give you like an Amazon or a Google, which, are in the thousands, right? But I believe you can get into the hundreds and maybe even get Apple, for instance. Or I got a really low priced one, but I have seen online people have gotten more expensive ones. So yeah, there's no reason to turn down a free stock. So if you invite someone, you could get it. Or if you are planning to get the app and you don't have it, hit up a friend, hit up a buddy and ask them to invite you so they can get a free stock. That'd be good karma. No need not to. All right, so let's get moving on. That's the home page. One thing I did want to note is I really like the GUI, the interface. It's really nice to the eye. Nice and smooth and just, yeah, it just looks really good. I'm really always impressed with Robinhood's app. This is something interesting. This is their new cash management option. So basically, any sitting cash in the account, they're offering to connect with a bank and basically do kind of a money market fund. They say they'll get you 0.3%. So there's nothing wrong with that, That'd be definitely an interesting option to take up. And I think Robinhood's trying some different things now because if you're unaware, Robinhood really came about and became very popular because they offered free trades. There were no commissions on trades. You could basically trade for free theoretically. And now what's interesting is all the big brokers, for the most part, offer free commissions as well. So a lot of beginners basically went to this. This is why I went to Robinhood in the beginning, is because it was free trades. I mean, it was just too good to be true because other places you were paying like $5, $6, $7 per trade. So it's going to be interesting to see how Robinhood stays competitive. And I think this is one way they're trying to kind of diversify and do things like cash management, etc. So yeah, pretty interesting. So next up is your search tab. So under search tab, it's a pretty cool news feed. I really, again, like the look of it. I really think it's up there with how the GUI looks compared to other apps. So really nice. So if you want to search for a company, you just go up here, click. Let's look at Apple, for instance, okay? So let's click Apple. So here's a daily chart, right, of Apple. You can look at weekly, monthly. Let's look at yearly. Now, one thing I do recommend, it's a kind of a personal preference. I like candlestick charting because I get a lot of trade ideas from that. So what you can do is click this gear icon and switch from line chart here to candles, and boom, you're in candles. Now, these candles aren't going to be as nice as on certain other apps and desktop applications. For instance, I do most of my trading in the Thinkorswim mobile app, and the candle charting is just on another level. Their candle charting looks like their desktop application. I think it's really incredible. So this candle charting isn't perfect, but I tell you what, it gets the job done. At least gives you an idea of how the candles might look, okay? So yeah, when you look up a stock, you get other information, statistics, recent news, analyst ratings. I never look into those too much. It's Apple. We all know it's pretty good. Earnings information, I do like that. It'll tell you when expected earnings are. That's very important to note, especially if you're a day trader or swing trader. It'll show you your history. Apparently I bought and sold Apple a good amount here. Cool. Another big thing to note, right? How do you place a darn trade in this thing? Well, here's where you would do it. You would hit trade, and what's really cool is they didn't used to have this. Now you can trade options. So, but let's look at stock first. So here's how you would buy. So you'd go here, you'd enter your number of shares. I want 10 shares of Apple. Here's the market price. Now, and this is what the estimated cost would be. Now, what's pretty important, I never like to do a market order. I typically, I mean, maybe if you are day trading, sometimes you do want to get in, hit basically at a market order. It just depends. But a lot of people do like to use limit orders or stop orders. So this is how you would do that. So they do have all the options in here. So it's in it, again, really nice looking, especially if you're a beginner. What's good about Robinhood is it explains what a lot of these things are very well compared to other apps. So I really like how they do that. So again, really beginner friendly, and I think that's what draws a lot of beginners to this app. So let's go back and look at options. This is really interesting. I was looking at this today. I don't go in here all the time, but here's where you can pick your expiration. So by the way, an option is just a contract that's different from a stock. It's a contract that expires on a certain date. So this one right here would expire on June 19th. And if I wanted to buy a call, if I think Apple's going to go up, I would buy a call. That's one option, okay? So I'm on buy and I'm on call. So here you could pick which call you want. Okay, if I bought the 480 call, I obviously think Apple's going to be above 480 by June 19th. Now, that's very unlikely, and that's why these are very, very cheap. But let's see. This is where the price is at for Apple. It's at 352. So let's see. If I thought Apple by the end of the week was going to be above 355, I could click this one, right? I could buy this for 310, and if Apple does go up, this contract will increase. Maybe go to $4. So $4 minus 310, you can make 90 cents. Yeah, so that's how you would place an options trade in this. And I really think it is cool. You can go in here. Let me back up real quick. You can go in here and say, I think it's going up. So this is just great for beginners. If I think it's going up, and they recommend buy a call, and they have options down here for that. Or you can click, I think it's going down, and they would recommend buying a put. So again, this is not many other apps go into this type of detail for people who aren't familiar with options. Now, if you are really into options, I really don't love this layout. I'm really used to an options chain table, and I just don't need all this fluff. I don't need all this extra information. Like I said, I use the Thinkorswim app, and I can just go right in there, easily open up the option chains, look at charting, go back and forth, and just easily pick my option. I'll go over that in a different video sometime soon and just show you how quick it really is. Once you get used to it, it's just option chains are very straightforward once you've done it a few times. It looks overwhelming at first, but it's really not complicated. Well, I think, let's do this. So here, let's go cover the next two tabs. So this next one is messages. I never really go in here. Apparently, it looks like some news, and I don't know if you can message support in there or not. And then here, this is really your kind of personal information tab. It's got all your documents, history, settings, etc. I'll let you guys play around with that. So that really about wraps it up. Again, what I like about Robinhood is it's beginner friendly, and I would definitely recommend if you're a beginner to try this app out. Alright folks, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video with me. If you liked this review and are liking this content, I would love a like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. All those really mean a lot to me. Okay folks, I'll talk to you real soon.